Hey guys, and welcome back to Third Pedal one more time. We've got a new storm system coming in tonight, tomorrow, something like that, and we're going to get like 3 to 10 to 50 inches of snow. I'm excited, but I wanted to put something in there real quick. What I'm sitting in is a very nice, or used to be a very nice, 2020 Dodge Durango RT. This vehicle is owned by a very good friend of mine. He's actually one of my investors. I know his family very well. We all get along really good. So this is, I treat this vehicle better than I would treat my own, like I'd put my mother in it. So you can see we've got 93,000 miles on this thing. It's got the 5.7 Hemi in it. Now, my friend does have a bit of a lead foot, but in this day and age, should be able to take it. What I wanted to show you guys is this thing. I cannot stand these things. These oil life things need to be completely avoided. Let me tell you why. This 13% left on the oil life is garbage. There is, based on what he told me, there's over 6,000 miles on this oil right now. And the way he drives, and it's almost never out of town, and a gas engine, that's just ignorant. You just don't do that. Him and I have had this discussion many times, but now, because of what this thing is going through, we're doing it the hard way. So he's got the 5.7 in it, like I said, and it has the lifter tick. And anybody that's done a lot of work on Hemis knows that the oil galley that feeds the valve train in a Hemi isn't as good as it should be. But if you keep up in your oil changes, you keep your foot out of it, Hemis will last a very, very, very long time. They'll even last quite a while ticking. But he hates the ticking, and he wants it corrected. So, again, in a Hemi engine, when this happens, the roller lifters are pretty much slamming back down on the cam lobes. So it destroys the cam, it destroys your lifters, it can damage your push rods, it can damage your rockers. It can do a whole lot. This engine isn't there yet, but I tore into it a little bit today, and I can feel that the push rods are scored. They don't want to spin, and so that most likely means that the lifters have significant damage. If lifters are damaged, then the camshaft is damaged. To get the lifters out and the camshaft out in a Hemi, you have to pull the heads off. That's just the way they're designed. You can't get around that stuff. You can never actually fix this thing. You can just make it better and then stay up on your oil changes. 3,000 miles for gas engines, 6, maybe 10,000 miles for your diesel if it carries a lot of oil, especially if it never leaves town, like this thing never leaves town. It's hard on things. Change your oil. Why? I know, like in my shop, this thing would be $49 to do an oil change at my shop. Other places are upwards over $100 because that's all they do. That's how they make all their money. It's no longer an easy, efficient business to just change oil and swap tires around. Those places are going to die out. That's fine. Let it happen. That's just commerce. So to fix this thing, which is the camshaft, the lifters, the push rods, the rockers, the gasket set, of course, and it's got those godforsaken stretch head bolts in it that don't need to exist. Of course, oil change and fluids and whatnot. Uncle Sam's got to be in there. We're looking at just over $3,000. Oops, I'm pushing too many buttons here. Looking at just over $3,000 because this thing is made purposely so you don't change your oil as often in your car, and it dies. Manufacturers want your car dead before 200,000 miles so you buy a new one. And you certainly don't want to put $3,000 plus into fixing an engine. And they tell you that your transmission has some magical thing called lifetime fluid in it. Yeah, lifetime. If you got a transmission, you should be changing your fluid like every 30, 35,000 miles. Because we don't have a fluid in existence that can stay and do the work of a transmission forever. It's a play on words. It's a sales scheme. Don't fall for it. Change your oil, change your fluid. This is way, way cheaper than fixing, or, well, repairing what this thing needs. So we can either fix what we got here for just over $3,000, or for $5,300, I found another one of these rigs that got hit in the rear that has like 33,000 miles on it, and I can get that engine up here and put it in. That's $5,300. So you want to change your oil for $50, you know, every couple of months? Or do you want to put a dang engine in and go, oh, how'd that happen? Well, it's because people believe this. Stop believing this. Reset it, of course, so it doesn't bing and ignore you, but, you know, go off the sticker up there in the window. Use the sticker. Read the miles. Very, very simple. Sometimes old school is the best school. I can't tell you this, guys. I can't say it enough times to stop looking at that. It's garbage. Check your oil, make sure you still got it. There's a lot of, like, the smaller turbo Fords, those things eat oil. The GM 3.6 eats oil. The Chrysler 3747 eats oil. Check your oil, make sure there's enough in there. You know, every other time you get gas, check your oil. It's not that hard. And then put a sticker in the window. That's 3,000 miles above that whenever you get it changed. And get it changed at 96,000, 99,000, 102,000. Get it changed. Otherwise, you're going to be buying an engine or putting a whole new valve system in or whatever fails on your particular engine. This is a neat idea, but it's executed terribly. It's an algorithm that understands how many miles you got, how hard you push on the gas all the time, the run time for each thing, because, I mean, some people drive 2 miles a day. Get a bicycle, you don't need to drive. And the outside temperature. And it kind of calculates how much wear and tear your oil has. And it's wrong. I haven't found one yet that I agree with. Not one. 3,000 miles, change your oil. It's the best advice I can give for you. I am actually upset because my buddy just bought this thing a year ago. And now essentially we got to tear the engine down or replace the engine because he paid attention to that. Wish you all the best. Remember, if you don't have 3 pedals, you're just along for the ride. Thanks again. Have a good one, guys.